stay you. Just be you, be different. Don't try to follow no ways.
I made this raw boy.
You work for somebody else, it ain't gonna work for you. You might do, it might don't. But if you do like follow somebody else's footsteps, the world gonna look at you like you just a baby version of the other artists. You don't want that.
Hey guys, welcome back to Riri's Sitting In. Riri Sitting. We're back with Luca. I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
He seems a bit too confident.
I'm excited.
Seriously?
I've been waiting a week for this. My name's Luca. I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 in January. Dropped out of school first year of sixth form before going through with the final exam. I'm doing an apprenticeship in IT, which I did for quite a few years. I still work for the same IT company, but now I'm a freelancer, so I have my own IT agency. So we do like events worldwide. We recently did an event in Vegas for Amazon, so that was pretty cool. I had a couple of people that I brought along to the event directly through me. So it's just nice to be able to have that flexibility to be able to do things for myself instead of being like actually full-time employed in the company.
No, of course.
So a big thing that I have to give as a piece of advice: don't burn bridges, because if I had burned a bridge from the moment that I had left, I wouldn't have the opportunity. So that's a big thing. I also have my own clothing brand, which has been basically on pause for the last like 3-4 years. But at one point it was doing really well, so that's something in the future we might start again. But yeah, and I also have my own maintenance business. I'd say like semi-maintenance business, which we specialise in valeting and detailing, and also just general stuff around the house for my clients and stuff like that. So yeah,
That's cool. Okay. You said networking is a big thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I just think don't close doors, because when I was younger, obviously it's very easy to like you know, not turn up one day for work or something, or you know, make a silly excuse, and then that's it, you lost your job.
Yeah.
But if you don't keep if you don't maintain a good relationship, you potentially close a door that you could reopen in the future, and that is one thing that I didn't do. Luckily, I was very close with the owner of the company, and now I work with him instead of working for him.
Of course.
So like that's a really big thing for me, and that's obviously made me a lot of money from doing that. So
yeah, like silver money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so and the clothing brand, you said it was going really well at one point. What made you stop then?
I think it's just clothing in general is such a fast-moving industry. You have to keep up with it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was very creative. I used to sit down for hours and make designs on my computer. And I think eventually, it's like by the time you've sat down, drawn a design, put it into production, that design's really old. Like you've looked at that design 1,000 times. You've got advice from everyone around you, and now you're starting to take, you know, little things on board about it being, oh, you know, you should change this, you should change that, and then before you know it, you've fallen out of love with the design, and it's like, oh crap,
Definitely get that.
I've just spent a whole month making something I don't want to make no more. So I think if I was to continue with it, I would just do it there and then. I wouldn't try to overthink it too much. I would just try and get a design out as quick as I can from creating it. That way I can't really find much to stop me from making it.
So would you say you're a perfectionist?
Yeah.
When it comes down to your work, like in all aspects, like balancing, would you say that things have to be a certain way?
It does, yeah. I mean, for me, a big thing is like, I'd say I'm a tiny bit OCD in what I do. Like, I mean, I'd see it as a good thing, because I'd feel really wrong if I had, like, say when I'm car cleaning, if I had left like someone's boot in a way that I wouldn't like it, I'd be thinking about that the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't go to. I would.
Just
like get alive. Man. I would have to fix it the next time I go. Like,
okay.
I can't just. I would obviously make it a thing to the client and say, listen, I didn't really get around to cleaning the boot as well as I'd like to this time. But
so
next time I promise.
You tell them. That's
yeah. I'm not gonna leave it. I try not to leave it. But it might just be something small. It might just be that I'm completely overthinking something, or I'm just completely being like proper OCD and trying to perfect something which isn't really necessary.
The brand is you. Do you
exactly.
Get what I mean? The brand. That's how I feel about Riri's Cookout. Like as soon as someone has a comment, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I take that personal. I'll think about it. You
have to.
Like I get so stressed out about it, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, Renee, what could you have done? Yeah. And
how could I have changed that?
Yeah. But as long as you're open with the people and just like I apologize. What else? Like I'll take on your criticism, your comments, then that's my main thing.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the beginning, you're gonna get people like in the beginning, my prices were very cheap, and even then, people would still complain.
Serious?
Yeah, and then I have people telling me I'm too expensive. Then I have people telling me I'm too cheap. So it's kind of like finding that balance, but it's also being confident enough to know that you can you could potentially double your prices and still get a business and know that the product that you're offering is worth that money.
Of course.
And that's something I still struggle with now because I don't think I'll ever not struggle with it, because I think it just comes down to having the doubts of like, say one day I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that can affect my work. Like it directly affects me. You know what I mean?
I definitely get that. Yeah.
It's the same thing with you. Like say you buy like a bad batch of food or something, or like or something goes wrong that day, or like
my seasonings be heavy. I'll be putting extra seasoning. Like I'm stressed.
That can affect everything that day. So it's just about being as confident as you can, but knowing that there's some things that are out of your control.
Of course.
But it's also about knowing that the next day you there's always another day. The day afterwards, you can always try and perfect it again. Don't beat yourself up too much. And I do think I do beat myself up a lot. In a way, it's good. People tell me I shouldn't, but like I think I'll always beat myself up. Yeah, you have to kind of to progress and to.
Yeah, like I feel like discipline is a big thing, because people get lazy with their like work.
Yeah,
they just get too comfortable. Like and it can make people cocky as well. They're
definitely.
like, I
they
know
think that they're the best at what they do.
Yeah. And there's definitely a lot of brand owners like that. There's a lot of people that are just like, I just do it, and it just every time I'm getting sold out, I'm making my money.
Eventually it won't though. Eventually it'll catch up with you. If you're doing the same thing and you're not changing, eventually that'll become old. Like you have to. That's why with fashion, especially, you have to keep things moving. You have to keep things stepping. Like constantly making new designs. And like I know, like now, I know that I'm not a good creative person. I have good business ideas. I have good I have a good vision. I'm very good at making things happen. But I'm not what I used to be in terms of making designs. Like I struggle to sit down and make a design now. But that comes down to me bringing people on board that will actually benefit us, and especially with Cruz and music as well. Like Cruz has good people around him that can all benefit him. So even if he's slacking one day, even if like nothing just falls directly on him,
of course,
he has people that will push him. He has people that will help him in one way or another, and that's what I think is key. If you've got good people around you that are helping you with other things,
100%.
Even if you're slacking one day, they might not be slacking. They'll pick up the work where you left off, and that's what's key.
Having a team is very important.
Definitely, and that's one thing you can't do stuff by yourself.
That's what I realised. Yeah. I really thought I could do a lot, and I look back and I'm like, a year ago, someone told me I was going to have a food trailer. I would have laughed because I was just like, I like cooking, I like having parties at the house, but it's just like I never thought I'd be out on the street trying to bring people together with food. And it's like I've seen people come together with my food. Like I went to Upton Park and my brother shouted me out, his friend shouted me out. People pulled up, they were chilling, they were having their food.
Food is like the best way. Like, it's like a universal language.
Of course.
It's like music as well. It's like if food is good, if the vibes are there, people will come. It's the same with music. Food, even if you don't speak the same language, even if you don't eat the same food, like it's still a universal thing. It still brings people together. Same thing with fashion as well. You don't need to know what the t-shirt means. If it looks cool.
Look at Cortez. He brings the UK together. Consistency is key. That's one thing I've learned. It's
about not taking, like, definitely take people's opinions on board, but don't let it affect your final decision. Yeah. Because if I had done that for a lot of things, I wouldn't have dropped out of school. I would have gone to university.
Serious?
I mean, like, when I was thinking about dropping out, I asked everyone around me before, and to be fair, it was actually the teachers at school that like didn't take a biased opinion and said, listen, if you want to drop out, you want to do what you want to do, then we'll support you. And that's like, I didn't tell my parents anything. They found out as I had, like, after I dropped out, that I dropped out.
And how did they take it?
Really, like, my mum was, to be fair, I had a rough couple months in the beginning. It was really rough, to be fair. Like, my sister's like a straight A student, went to one of the best unis, and like, very academic, like you can't really, in my family, like that's just the industry standard. Like everyone is just like university, get a job, whatever. If you want to have a business, you can do that, but get your degree first. But with me, I was just like, I don't see the point in going to uni, and you know, I didn't. For me, it wasn't not seeing the point. It was just like I couldn't commit to it. I couldn't actually go through with staying at uni for 4 years. I felt like I was setting myself back a bit.
So now, like, when you actually dropped out of school, did you see yourself here, like where you are now?
No.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't have this plan?
I didn't have anything planned. I just kind of went with the flow. I mean, I found an apprenticeship, but I found it myself. Okay. And I went into IT. I always had a bit of a knack for IT, I guess. But my biggest thing was to do my clothing brand, and like that kind of just faded. As obviously you get a job and you realise, crap, this ain't gonna pay the bills, so I've actually got to work. And, like, life hits you pretty hard. To go from like having zero bills to having to pay for stuff yourself and have an actual job and paying tax and you know trying to learn things for yourself, it's a very big jump. That kind of set me back as well with the clothing business, because I was just solely focused on on the brand before, obviously. Then once I dropped out, I realised, crap, I actually have to go to work now.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to be focused on this business.
So did you have a mentor during this period? Like during them rough times, who helped you through it? Who did you speak to?
I say my friends a lot. Like there's a lot of people around me. Like a lot of you are here now, obviously. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things I did keep to myself because there wasn't many people in my predicament. No one had actually dropped out of school. Like, a lot of people went to college and stuff, obviously, but to have an opportunity to go to sixth form and potentially go to university and then just to blow it all and just say I want to become a clothing brand owner, or I'm going to do this. All I knew was I wanted to just do something. Yeah. So I put myself in a tight predicament to make that happen, and
I feel like everyone goes through that though. Like, you know, when you're falling out of love with certain things, everyone goes through that rough stage where it's just like, okay, what am I doing? What's the next move?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's even now, the weather's not that great. You know, you have a down period in your business, and it's like right now there's not
no bookings.
Yeah, there's no bookings. You just have to be like, alright, that means for next year I've got to work a bit harder. Like, I've got to make sure I'm fully booked.
And naturally it will come. Yeah, my mum said that. She was just like, okay, winter's here, people aren't going out, it's getting darker earlier, like where am I really gonna go? And I thought about it, I was just like, you know what, my mum was like, summertime comes, be booked up.
Festivals, everything's gonna be crazy.
Contact the festivals from now. And that's definitely one of my things in like my January week to do. Like my first week, I just want to be emailing them. What can I do? How can I help? Who can get me like in the right direction? Because I don't have a mentor in anything. I'm like, I don't know any. I'm using TikTok and YouTube because I'm just like, I don't know any food business owners. I don't know anyone who has a restaurant. I don't know. My mum does finance. My dad does like literally computer stuff. He's not in the food stuff. He doesn't know anyone who's in it, so it is hard.
Do you kind of like that? Because I like that. I like being like I like not really being judged, I guess, because if someone else was doing like something similar, it's like you kind of feel like you have to keep up with them, or like you kind of have to do things in a similar way. But being the first person, like being like the industry, like you set the standards. And you're doing everything yourself. You're trying new things, which means you get the lessons firsthand. You learn yourself what works, what doesn't work, and that to me is like it's a big thing, because that's what makes a business at the end of the day.
It's very true. Someone has to start somewhere,
and you have to make those errors to know what you should or shouldn't be doing.
Lexi,
she's really trying to steal the show, isn't she?
She said, "Girl." But yeah, no, being a brand owner or like business owner, your brand is you. You represent your brand, and it's like going through hard times as well. Like having bookings, and then like what happened the other day. It happens so often now. I'm over it. Like, and it makes me feel discouraged. It makes me feel like I don't want to keep going, or I just want to go back into a 9 to 5.
But that's ultimately why businesses don't succeed, because if that first hurdle that comes with those first couple, it's like you get one hurdle. And then you overcome it, and then before you know it, you get another one. You're like, I can't keep jumping these hurdles. Like, it's just not worth it. But then before you know it, you've jumped so many of them. You're like, oh, I can jump. I can keep going. I've done all these hurdles before. I know exactly how to jump them.
Right.
You know, but you don't realize that until you've jumped those hurdles and you know your limits. Like you sitting in your car crying like.
I do that so often.
That just happens. It happens like thinking that you've actually messed up in life and that you're like you've just done things completely wrong. Seeing your friends enjoying themselves.
I sit and cry in my car all the time.
It happens.
Literally at least once a week. But now I think to myself, like, at least it's a Mercedes. Like that's actually what I think to myself. I'm like, at least I'm not at the bus stop just
on the bus once a time or something.
Because I know that would be me.
Then you'll be like, alright.
Because I'll be the person on the bus crying.
It's true though, because like you thinking you're in the same predicament, but you're not though. Like if you look around you, like you see what you have now. You've come a long way.
A year ago, I didn't have a trailer. I didn't have a food business, especially to get my 5-star hygiene rating. That was a big thing.
It's a very big thing.
Because a lot of people say
some people still don't get that. It's very
they were just like your first year.
You see all these corner shops on the high street, but you think
they're like 4-star.
They have nothing in the window.
They ain't even got the 4-star.
Only thing they got in the window is open. That's what they got.
Yeah, like they even said, like when I was looking through it, they were just like, "Oh, for your first year, don't expect 5 stars." And I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna push. I was like, I'm still gonna push, and I got it. And when I got it, I was like, you know what, Renee, expect a 4 just in case. When I saw the 5, I was like, oh. I was like, okay. I was like, Renee, you can do it. Like you just got to put your mind to it, and that's definitely what I tell my friends, like especially like Shona. She would come to me and Ria about like her babysitting, and I would be on trying to like push, and now we was talking about it the other day, and I'm like, look at how far you've come. She wanted to be a nanny for so long, and I was like, just leave your job and just do it. Like,
stop listening to other people.
Yeah. And she did it, and she's like, oh my god, like I'm happier. Like you can see she's happier. You can see she's back in her element because you fall out of love with things, and when you fall out of love with things, it's hard to do it. Like when you have a 9 to 5 which you love, you'll get out of the bed every day like I love it. But it gets to the point where it's like it's just like, am I really getting up? Am I really about to go and do that?
And then you start deep in the money, you're like, oh my god, I'm actually going, like, I'm getting paid this amount, like, it's not worth it.
It's not. And now seeing it, like, I've been looking to get back into part-time work, and then part of me is like, Renee, one box is part-time work.
Yeah.
£8.
I'm just gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, I'm like, £8, like £10 a drink. A drink and a box is an hourly rate. So why am I gonna go Lidl's? Why am I gonna go Tesco? I just need to push me more.
Yeah, definitely.
And
100%. I think there's a lot of people in our predicament, probably people watching this as well, that are like in this exact same predicament. Like they've got something in their head, and like when people ask them what do you want to do in life, they answer what they want to do, but they just don't know how to do it, and they just don't do it. Yeah, and that if there's someone stopping you from doing that, then my personal opinion is like just do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, you can only blame yourself. Like, you're not gonna blame someone from holding you back. Like the biggest fear in my life is like being on my deathbed and having all these regrets.
Definitely.
I like looking back and go, you're making excuses saying like, oh, I didn't do it because my mum didn't want me to or my parents didn't want me to. I understand some cultures are very strict, but like at the end of the day, like you got to do it for yourself. Like that's your future. Like
definitely.
If you don't do it, you've only got yourself to blame. So would you rather take the shot and at least say that you tried, or just like regret the fact that you never tried it?
Yeah, I'll definitely take the risk. Like especially the person which my dad is. My dad always takes risks, and it's worked out for him. I aspire to, and my dad even said to me, he's like, if you keep going the way you're going, he's like, you're gonna pass all of this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, I just need to keep going. I'm like, it's gonna be hard now. I'm gonna wake up and cry and just feel like, why am I still doing this? But I don't want to go back to care. I was wiping bums and it was fun at the time. Like, oh yeah, keeping Sally smooth. But but it's just like, Renee, how long are you going to wipe a bum for? How long are you going to be washing Dorothy? And my drawing point was when I had a shift in the summer and the woman asked me to dress a dead body. Yeah, that was the drum. That's when I was like, Renee, like you're not really about to dress it. The woman literally just died. She literally just died. Like they said to her that she had like 24 hours, and the way she was already breathing was like, So they put her on the end of life ward. Next thing you know, the woman took her medication, just took one like, and she's done. She just laying there, just silent, gone. And the nurse comes, her family just want to come view her quickly. Can you put some clothes on her? I thought, I'm not the Undertakers.
That's traumatic as well. Like
it was
very traumatic.
The body was hard. I'm thinking, and even
a lifeless body.
I've
worked in funerals as well because my friend's dad owns like a really big funeral business, and me and him thought we'd give it a shot and see if we can potentially make something from it. And like the biggest thing for me was going in like obviously the refrigeration room, and there's just a bunch of people there, but they don't they can't wake up, they can't talk to you, like no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how loud you scream, then
it's just empty. It's like shells. It's
yeah.
literally a room of shells.
Yeah.
And like dressing that woman, I was just like, Renee, you can't keep doing this. Because I thought to myself, Renee, you've been in care for 4 years and I've never had to deal with a dead body. And then when the woman asked me to change, I thought, I don't even know how to handle a dead body. When they're trying to put her clothes on. And I'm thinking, oh, can you lift your arm up? But she can't lift her arm up, Renee. It's done.
True.
Like
that's how I thought as well.
And then I sat in the car and I deep the shift. I was like, Renee, did you really distress a dead body? And even my dad was like, that's enough now.
Yeah.
He was just like, Renee, that's enough.
Like being so young, like you shouldn't be exposed to that from like our minds haven't even like properly developed.
That's what my gran used to say. Like both my grans worked in a hospital. They worked in Whips Cross. And they said to me, they're like, for you to be doing this in your 20s, like, think about it. They're like, you're going to see a lot of things that, like, I've seen things that I shouldn't be seeing, and I'm just like...
It's like, do you want to become numb to that?
Yeah.
Do you want to become numb to something so normal?
Yeah, like,
I
was becoming numb to seeing
that's
their
the same
bodies.
Thing for me as well. That's not normal. Like, you shouldn't be numb to that. You should have, like, you should be able to go to a funeral and cry. Like, that should be normal to do. And that's why I stopped getting involved with it, because I didn't want to have to go to a funeral for someone else in my family and just like have no attachment to that person. Because it's very easy when that's a business. When you're doing it as a job from a young age, and you're just looking at them as like just like something you have to do instead of something that you shouldn't be doing. It's like when that comes down to family, when it comes down to friends, like you're gonna be sad, but you're still like it's still gonna kind of feel like a job. Like it's gonna feel like you have to do it, but
definitely.
And you don't want to disattach. Some people can disattach.
Some people can just literally like go home and forget about what just happened.
But I can't do that.
A lot of
I think about things too deeply, I think.
But that's natural. So many people think there's more than just what's on the surface. Especially our generation. There's so many things that are coming out now, like clones and all these other things. It's just like, we're very open generation.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah, Gen Z has learned so much compared to my parents' generation.
Yeah.
When I'm saying things, I'm just like even just the healthcare system, like cancer, all these things. There's so many cures for it now, and it's just like I tell my mum, look online, see what's actually going on, because a lot of the older generation are very small-minded.
They take something for what it is. They actually don't do research into it. I think Facebook is the biggest instigator of that as well.
I'm so glad my parents aren't on now.
Really,
so
they'll see a headline saying like world ending in 5 years, and then they'll go to all their friends.
WhatsApp's a bad one.
They'll go to all their friends. They'll go to everyone.
WhatsApp warriors.
Yeah, like everything's getting sent round. Like even my mum was telling me one time, she's like, "Oh, if I don't read this, I'm gonna." I said, "Mum, delete the message now." Literally.
That's true.
But yeah, I feel like there's so much going on, and it's just you have to stay on your path. You just have to keep going. You have to keep pushing.
Yeah, it's very easy to get sidetracked with things. I think and
there's distractions, of course.
I think like life in general now is geared to keep you distracted. Like social media, it's like they're just trying to find ways to like take you away from what's actually going on and keep you occupied. Like TikTok has become like the biggest version of that. Came out of nowhere.
TikTok. Oh my gosh, the hours people spend on that.
It's very easy to as well. It's
you get sucked in.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that now you don't have to watch a 10-minute video. Like before, it'd be YouTube. You watch a 10-minute video, and after the 10-minute video, you're tired.
Done. Yeah, you're
tired.
done.
But now it's like, okay, now you got like, you can literally go for 1,000 3, 5, 10-second videos.
Yeah.
Constantly, and it's not the same topic. Like you're jumping from politics to religion to what's happening today, what happened yesterday, what happened last year, what's gonna happen a year from now. Like your mind is so occupied with so much stuff, and it's like, and you don't even know if the stuff you're watching is real.
That's very true. I feel like a lot of things on social media is a facade. Like now I know I need to stop looking into things, because one thing about me from young, I looked at BBLs.
Really,
I was a BBL warrior.
Really.
Oh shit, let's go there and stop talking about it.
I still am. Yeah. Like I know the doctor I want to go to, like 12K.
Really? Wow.
Dr. Jung. I hope you see this.
What's a Dr. John?
The thing for me is like I've seen a lot of like people's like BBLs go wrong after a couple of years.
Yeah, but I would risk it for Dr. Jung.
He'll come. He'll sort
that
it
video
out.
that I showed you.
There's so many bad ones.
Of the woman in
and the BBL's hard.
I saw that one. I think you showed me.
Oh yeah, and her thing looking like it's not in a nut.
It's one of the most scariest and dangerous surgeries.
It's such a new thing as well, isn't it? It hasn't been around long enough to know that. Like,
but it's invasive. Like imagine they're literally ripping up your stomach. They flip it up and suck out everything inside. But I'll do it.
I mean, that's I think like the version of that for men is like veneers. Like getting veneers.
I know someone who wants veneers.
Really?
Yeah, and I said to him, "Don't do it." Like I said to him, "Don't mess up your real teeth over something that's gonna be temporary."
Yes, but I never wanted veneers. I don't want veneers. Like, but I've gone through a stage now. I wanted to get my teeth so I've gone to a private dentist and stuff. I want to get my teeth properly like maintained and cared for. But it's like I'd rather spend the money on my real teeth and and worst comes to worst, if I am 30 or 40 years old and like my teeth don't look how I want them to, I can't get veneers then. Not only need to top them up probably once or twice.
But there's other options though.
Yeah, there is composite bonding.
Yeah. That there's so many other things. Even just teeth whitening. There's what's some invisible braces?
Invisalign.
Yeah.
That's what
I know Smile Direct has gone down, but Invisalign.
I heard about that.
Yeah, they've gone bankrupt. Yeah, they're done. They're closing down. But Invisalign, that's a big thing that took over. I know a lot of people with their teeth whitening now, like home teeth whitening. People actually do teeth whitening
stuff from home. I mean, like even the kit for the dentist. I asked them how much it would cost. They're like, it's like £350.
That's not bad.
But I was like, okay, let me come in. It's like one session. They said, oh no, we send it to you in the post. Like you don't come in at all. Like we send, like you come in, you do the mold and stuff, but we send you everything else. So I have to actually like go home and be like. On top of myself, that's the reason why they're not white to begin with, because I can't. It's so much effort to like have to.
You have to look after your natural body. That's one thing I definitely realised. Like everything in the body is there for a reason.
I mean, it comes with age as well. As you get older, you naturally want to do it. But if you do it from young and you have them like routines, it's a lot easier to keep on track of it.
But on the flip side, that's the same with like filler, Botox. Like, what's your view on those things? What are you?
You know what? It's like. For me, I don't really have if people want to do it, go ahead. Like, if that makes you feel good, obviously, I do think a lot of girls like, a lot of them feel better when they have it.
Yeah, of course.
It comes down to how you feel. I don't know. For me, it's like, I wouldn't go out of my way to go, oh, that girl has Botox, like, oh, that girl has no Botox. Like, if I see a girl and I like the way she looks, like, that's just based off pure instinct. Like, I'm not going out of my way to look at a girl and go, oh, I like that girl because she has Botox. Or like, I like that girl.
But would you like your girl with Botox? Would you like, so if your girl had filler, like lips, chin?
It depends. If I met my girl when she was all natural, and then she wanted to start having these things done, I'd probably be like, I wouldn't be against it. Obviously, you could do what you want, but it would be a thing of like, okay, don't go too far to the point where you regret it because don't botch it. Obviously, like if it's a case of I met a girl where she's already had all those things done, it's a different story because she would have to maintain those things. Like,
yeah, you have to keep up with those stuff, of course.
So like, it's different, I guess. Like, yeah, obviously, do what makes you happy. Just know your limits. Don't go too far. Don't go into a. This is her show now.
Because she's gonna start fighting as well. I know she's gonna start fighting.
Lexi, come.
As soon as she goes in DC, you just have what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think naturally I'm more attracted to like natural girls.
Okay,
I don't know if it comes down to like the way that my family is. Like, it's just that, like, I don't know, Mediterranean girls in general just don't have that sort of like don't really get Botox and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, it's like I'm naturally attracted to like Mediterranean girls and like European girls. So I think it's a very like SEC thing to get like Botox and stuff like that.
It is.
It just depends on where you live. If you like, I don't know. It's just, for me, it's just I don't think about stuff too much. If I'm going based off like pure emotions and feelings, then if something happens, that happens. Like, doesn't matter like what you look like. I guess if
you're attracted to someone,
yeah, exactly. I don't really care.
If they're botch, they're botch.
Yeah,
that's
what it is.
Yes, the energies.
I'll go to all your appointments.
No, literally get that fixed. Man. But, oh, you pay for the BBL?
I don't know about that, but I didn't say BBL.
So from a man's point of view, how do you feel about like female maintenance then? Because if you feel like you pay for their filler, would you pay for their lifestyle? And
it's just quite like it's quite a touchy subject because I honestly don't mind.
Okay.
I honestly I don't care. Like if a girl wants me to pay, I'll pay. Like but you have girls that don't want the guy to pay, and I'm fine with it as well. Like I would feel wrong to not pay.
Okay.
But like we're going through a stage now where it's like women don't want to pay for stuff.
Yeah, women don't want to pay. Yeah. The harder the wig, the softer the man.
That's true. So it's like you have to.
There we go.
It's very true. Like you have to like be open to like if a woman wants to pay for some stuff here and there because she wants to feel good, like she wants to actually treat you, then yeah, don't try and slide your card in, like, do you know what I mean?
So would you want an independent girl or would you want a girl that's, you know?
I think it's a mix. I like,
you want a mix? Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's about having that balance because like I don't want a completely independent girl because then like I don't know. It's about having someone who knows like. I don't know. It's a difficult one.
It is hard.
Like society has changed so much in the past.
And it's molding.
Yeah,
people.
as like 50 years ago, like we wouldn't have to talk about this. It would be such a traditional thing. But like now, it's like, are you fine with a woman like dropping like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 pounds on you for your birthday? Like, would you feel good about that?
Yeah, would you feel comfortable with that?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
So she bought you PlayStation 5, a holiday.
I'm not into that sort of stuff. Oh, holiday's different. Like, so if you pay for a holiday, yeah. If you actually went all out and paid for a holiday for us, I'm gonna treat you when I'm on that holiday. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I would pay you. Like, it's a 50-50 thing. Like, if you took me on a holiday, pay for everything on the holiday, I'd feel quite bad about that. I would feel happy.
It's a birthday treat.
Yeah, I know. But it's like if that was the normal, like I was getting treated like that, I would feel like that doesn't feel right.
Does that take out your like manlyhood?
I guess in a sense it does. I feel like I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't. I feel like I would like to be obviously a provider, obviously to take care of someone. But if they want to flip the tables every now and then, who am I to say that? Yeah, like, you can do what you want, obviously.
So with your love life and working for yourself, how does that work? Yeah, like
it's all over the place at the moment.
No.
We'll get into that. It's long. It's a long thing.
These are the questions that we're here for today.
We'll get into it.
You know what? Yeah. For me, I don't know. I used to have my life set in stone when I was younger, and I used to want to do things by a certain age. And by the time you get to that age, you're like, it's not going to be possible. So you have two options. You can either sit there and you can complain and you can say you can regret, or you can just say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna do things differently this time. And a lot of times in my life, I've had to like check myself and like go, okay, cool, this didn't work out the way I wanted it to do. So like, let me keep it moving. And it's like I'm at a stage now where it's like I'm just like open to a lot of things, and it's like if if someone wanted to like move to another country and like try something there, I'll be up for that.
Oh, so you're down for whatever?
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna
pretty
go with the
flexible.
flow.
Yeah,
I don't mind. We can go Bahamas or something. I don't mind.
I
Hawaii.
let my friends know. If I've got any friends, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll sort you out.
It's a bit different.
Yeah, you seem very like open. You're literally down with whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just about like in life now. We're very young, and also I want to do things that I want to do. But it's like if I'm with someone and like I'm talking to someone at the moment, and it's like that person's like in line with what I want to do.
Okay.
And it's like that's what I want. I want someone who's like in line with what I want to do in life, and like doesn't mind doing something out of the ordinary one day. Wakes up like, you know, something spontaneous.
Okay, so what makes a girl a wife? Like, how do you know someone falls in line with what you need? Like, because there's so many factors.
I think so I'd say like the first one's be like family oriented.
Okay, that's
like wanting kids for me is like obviously it wouldn't be a deciding factor if you don't want kids, but if everyone wants kids, like everyone wants to have children and like share the special moments that you experience with those kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that. So being family oriented is a big one. Like just being spontaneous, being up for like something out of the ordinary. It's hard because I'm basically saying like I'm basically basing it off of one person, so I'm trying to be.
Before that person, what was on your list?
Ooh, that's a completely different conversation.
Give me top 5. Mitchell, you've already done 2. Give me 3 more things.
Oh,
religion.
That's gonna go so deep. Oh,
religion's a key thing for me. Like being very God orientated.
You know what? Not so much God orientated. For me, it comes down to like family culture.
Okay.
Like that's a big thing because say like say like a family is very culturally biased.
Okay.
If someone new comes along who's a different culture, like me for example, that's already like a big no.
You think?
Yeah, I've experienced it, so.
Oh.
So I've had to like.
Yeah, it depends how strict the family is.
Yeah,
because some families do not like.
They don't like mixing.
Yeah,
they
do not mix.
I respect that. I mean, like coming from like that's like a very Eastern like Mediterranean thing. Like you have Catholics, Christians, and then you have like Orthodox, Greek Orthodox and stuff like that. So you have to. I think for me, it's respecting other people's like, religions and being open to it, and like it's like I'm not gonna obviously say like, oh, like you have to convert. Like, if I'm Christian or if I'm Catholic and like you're Catholic or Christian, it's not even about being Christian or Catholic. Right? Even if you're a completely different religion than me, like it doesn't make a difference. But if we're on an understanding and it's not going to affect us down the line with us not being away with each other, then it doesn't matter to me what you are. Like.
No, that's important. That is very important, especially in
we
this
can still practice our own faiths. Like
if
you're religious, we can still practice our own faiths. Like we're still gonna be together, obviously.
Because you're there with the person for them.
For them, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
it's not for the religion.
It's like your preference. Like, what would you eat during the day? Like we don't have to eat the same food. We don't have to eat the same way or eat the same food for us to be attracted to each other or want to have a future together.
Of course.
Like you have to understand, people are gonna have different opinions. People are gonna have different views. Like that's just life.
That's literally and people just need to understand that a lot now.
That's a new thing though.
It
is. Like rewind 100 years, like people would just be mixing with people that are from the same village or from the same town or from the same city. Now you've got people flying across the globe and being with someone.
Especially on TikTok, people fly out to meet their future man, and I'm like
long distance partner for like.
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do that. That is literally waking up one day and it's just a whole new environment.
But you know what? I respect it. If it works out,
you have to be dedicated.
Like
but then I know I would be mad at myself if I've just literally moved across the country and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I know I'd be so upset. Like, Renee, why did you just give all this up?
Yeah.
So it's one of those like, how selfish are you, or how willing are you to just
make it work?
To just literally give it up? Like, this is a person and just give it up.
I guess it comes down to again what type of person you are, because like if you have a good relationship with someone and you're willing to do that and they're on the same page as you, then like maybe it'll pay off, and at the end of the day the end result is obviously better than.
Of course, yeah. It does work out sometimes. So yeah, I have to give them their props. But
I'm not really the person to give advice, but I do find myself giving a lot of advice. Okay. I'm not really the person to give it, but I do find myself giving it. And I think that's just down to people just wanting to like have like my opinion on stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It depends what predicament you're in. I guess like some generic advice would be like whatever you're doing, like if you're not happy with it, just change it. And I know it's easier said than done, but let's be real. Like if you're just doing something for the sake of it, it's not gonna last forever. So would you rather? You're basically prolonging the inevitable. So like, would you rather? Now you have a passion with something else. Would you rather do it now while you still have that passion and potentially change the course of your life? Or just get bored of what you're doing now, lose the passion for what you want to do, and then just be stuck 10 years down the line and just not know what you want to do in life and be in an age where you can't change, where you can't actually be flexible.
One of those things where it's just like, if you can get up and do it, get up and do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I mean, that's the reason why we're here now. I mean, like, all of us have taken like everyone in this room actually has taken a
time
choice.
out.
Like, we're not at work right now. We're not working on the weekends. Like, we've taken a choice to do something different, and well, in my opinion, I think it's paying off. So
thank you.
But yeah, any other advice? I don't know. I think I don't know. I just think just have people around you that will help you. I think that's a big thing as well. And I realized
people that elevate you is important.
I think I realized, but like I couldn't do things by myself. I tried a lot to do things by myself. I've got this far. Like I would say, I got quite far.
You've come a long way.
Yeah, I've come a long.
You work for yourself.
But I can't go. Like there's one thing to be at a good level, but then to be to the next level, you need people to push you. Like you're not gonna wake up every day on your grind. You're not gonna be, like feeling that you want to go gym every single day. Yeah. You need people that will go to the gym with you and that will bully you. You need people that will basically tell you I can't lie, you're slacking today, Luca. You need to get to shape. So yeah, it's just about having people that will push you, and like I feel like we have a close circle. I have a lot of friends around me that do that really, really well. But yeah, like to find you might not have those people around you. So like if that's the case, like it might be a thing of you being too shy, not wanting to open up to other people. In that aspect, if that is the case, I'd just say just come out of your comfort zone. Try and meet as many people as possible. Like I know it's gonna be hard to want to open up to someone you've never met before, or like, but just give it time. Just give it time. That person might be on the same page as you, and it might have taken them a while to get to that point of even going out that same day that you did. So like, at the end of the day, like we're all in this together. It sounds crazy, but every single person in this room, we're just on different levels. We're just like doing different things in life. But at the end of the day, it's all the same concept. We've all like taken these choices, and we've got into this level. So yeah, just come out of your comfort zone a bit, and like you will notice things change. Like my friends moved to Australia, and my friend now has gone to Australia, and he's been there for like the past 2-3 years, and I respect the guy. I couldn't personally do it. I couldn't pack up everything and go to Australia, but he's done it, and he's learned so many experiences from it. So like whatever you're doing in life, whatever makes you happy, just do it. Like step out of your comfort zone.
Do things for you.
Yeah,
that's
for sure. That's my biggest piece of advice.
Even if you're uncomfortable, do it for you, because it will pay off
in the long run. Even if it doesn't pay off, say something goes completely wrong, like you've learned a lesson, and that lesson wouldn't have been possible without you doing what you did. And that lesson, that's not something you can go online and pay for and actually like someone tell you it. It doesn't hit the same unless you actually do it yourself and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, and it's never the end of the world. That's one of those things. When things mess up, it's never. Oh
it feels like it is World War III. In the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, of course. Sit and cry somewhere. Take a minute and gather yourself, and then just pick yourself back up and be like, no one else is going to do it for you.
Yeah, definitely. That's the situation I'm in now as well. So yeah,
do it for yourself, guys. But thank you for tuning in, and yeah.